morning, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, we're down here at Rollover Pass, and we're actually going to make our way down Highway 87 to 124, or as far as we can get. But overnight, we got hammered down here. We got some rain, but the beachfront and the dunes got hammered, and now the bayside is at an elevated tide, higher than I've seen it in a while. In fact, what we're looking at right now is Rollover Pass on the bayside. And yesterday, about a third of the pass parking area had water on it. And now this morning, it's full. In fact, there's just a little area. It comes up to the outhouse and then all the way to the bridge. And so we're going to make a way down 87. And this morning, we couldn't start in Crystal Beach. We were going to try and get the drone up and look at the beachfront, but the tides are still up, and it was raining. And so I came down here where it wasn't raining, and I'm going to work my way back towards Crystal Beach with several live feeds along the way. But I wanted to show y'all what Rollover Pass on the bayside looks like, because that's where they're having some major flooding right now. In fact, yesterday, it's probably up another foot and a half from yesterday. And so let us know what subdivision, if you have a home down here, let us know what area you're in or subdivision. And we're gonna, once it stops raining, we're gonna try and start flying the drone, and the tide will go down throughout the day probably. But they say this is the worst of it, but I'm not sure. I think we're going to see the same thing tonight, and as that tropical storm, which is going to downgrade probably to depression, if it moves off the coast a little bit, we're still not out of the woods. But let's take a ride down Highway 87 and see. I know TxDot is cleaning the highway. I talked to Alvin actually a while ago and stopped and talked to him. And he said just a bunch of sand on the road. And so let's take a ride down Highway 87. Join me as we explore Bolivar Peninsula after last night's landfall of Tropical Storm Beta. But first, this Bolivar Live is brought to you by the Big Store. When you're on Bolivar and you need anything, stop by the Big Store and you'll be greeted by a staff of smiling faces and a staff that's eager to help you find what you're looking for. If the Big Store doesn't have it, chances are the truck couldn't get through down here, and they'll bring it tomorrow, hopefully. So anyway, we're going to head down Highway 87, and we're shooting into the sun. Actually, there's some clearing skies. We're just now starting to see some rain. But I can tell you, all the streets on the bayside have some serious flooding. The dunes took a hit yesterday. But the good part is, I talked to Daryl Apfeld yesterday evening. I want to thank Daryl for calling me back or answering the phone, because I know he was busy. And after Laura, he already started working on some stuff to try and help us down here. So anyway, we're getting into some rain, but we're heading down 87, coming up to the last house, and we'll be able to see more on what the area between Highway 87 and the surf looks like. And we'll take a trip down, I want to say memory lane, but we went through this with Harvey, but it was a lot worse. So I also want to thank TxDot and the county. TxDot's been out here keeping the road clean so that people can get on and off the peninsula. I found out yesterday even the county came out, and I did a feed. We're going to get out of this rain here in just a little bit, I think. I found out last night that even the county came out. Williams sent some people out and did a bunch of cleaning. And like I said, we're shooting into the sun, and so it's going to be hard to get a good picture. But I wanted to let everyone see what 87 looked like. There were some questions, did it make it through the night? It has, because traffic's coming back and forth. And so I wanted to make sure that y'all could see exactly what was going on down here. We're going to do Highway 87 just so that everyone can see what it looks like and that it's passable. And then we're going to go back, and this morning as the rain slows down, we're going to hopefully be able to launch Coastal One and give some aerial views of the beachfront and some of the subdivisions down here, especially the beachfront, because like I said, it took a pretty good hit last night. Our dunes were already hurt from Laura. Some of them were gone, some of them were half gone, and so we're going to try and get a view of that too for those beachfront homeowners. I do know that our beachfront cams are still up. I talked to Brad this morning. Power's gone out at Stingery, and so the surf cam, the East Bay cam is down until power gets back up. We won't be able to see that, and we can't get down there because when I was driving down here, I was actually talking to Brad, had called, and he said he lost power about 1 o'clock last night, I think. And so, but the water was all the way up to the Y, where you either go right or left at Stingery, and that just shows you how high. Yesterday it was at the first house, which is Kayla's house, and today it was all the way up to the Y on both sides. So that tells you about how high the water was on the bayside. It doesn't look that bad on the beach side right now. We're getting up to where the county's cleaning the road. Let me turn the windshield wipers off. And like I said, this isn't the best picture because we're shooting into the sun. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. TxDOT's done a great job. I want to thank TxDOT. I want to thank Daryl Apfeld. I want to thank Galveston County. I want to thank the Crystal Beach, Port Bolivar, and Highland Fire Departments for everything they've done during this. I want to thank the Sheriff's Department, the constables, Judge Mark Henry for making sure we had the resources over here. They got some extra sheriff over here before the ferry shut down. The ferry is still shut down, and when I talked to TxDOT yesterday afternoon, they said they're monitoring it, but they can't put it back in service until that tide drops down. And so you can see here, or hopefully you can see here, all the sand that they've piled up here from this morning. And they started this early this morning. And so they're doing a great job cleaning everything. Like I said, I'm not even going to go into it because I know the road's passable, and I know that TxDOT's out here working. Thank you, TxDOT, for doing everything you do. Thank you. Like I said, I can't say enough about our county officials, our volunteer fire department, TxDOT, state officials for making sure we have the resources out here to keep the road clear since the ferry is closed. Now, is it over? I don't think so, but they're making sure that we have the capability to leave, and so they're doing a great job. The road was raised, and it did work as far as that goes. But any road along the coast right now is going to be covered with sand and that. But like I said, you can see what it looks like. They're doing a great job. They're clearing all the way over to the shoulder, making sure the shoulder's clean, and doing a great job down here. And so just bear with them. And if you're traveling this area for the next 48 to 72 hours, make sure you take precaution coming through here. They may be cleaning the road. They may not be out here yet. And so there may be some sand and stuff on the road. Mainly what it had this morning, from my understanding, was sand. When I talked to Alvin coming out here, he was already out working. We didn't get out until the sun rose because there really wasn't anything we could do. until then. And so there you can see TxDot is clearing the road, doing an awesome job down here. And even the ESD's been involved, making sure that we have ambulances where they can get out and get around so that they can provide emergency services. Everyone's come together and worked together on this as a team. Want to thank just everyone. But like I said, a lot of people are talking about, you know, as soon as the tide goes down, we'll be better. This thing's going to move up the coast. Now, what worries me is I'm worried that this thing could move over the water and rebuild a little bit, or it could park. I know it's supposed to be down in Matagorda where it made landfall for a little bit, for like a day, I think. And then it's going to be moving up the coast. Does it move over water? Does it run the coast? Does it move inland? We really don't know yet, and only time will tell on that. And so we just wanted to let y'all see 87 is open. They are working on it, cleaning it. Once again, thanks to TxDot, Galveston County, Judge Mark Henry, Daryl Apfeld, the volunteer fire departments down here, Crystal Beach, Highland, and Port Bolivar. Thanks to the county officials and the state officials that have made sure that we have the resources that we need down here since the ferries closed down. So anyway, we're going to head on out. We're going to turn around. In fact, let me turn around and we'll start back, and I'll give you another view of Rollover Pass and let you see exactly how high the tide is on the bayside, because it's been a while since I've seen this. We didn't get a lot of rain down here. We got a little bit last night. Oh, let me zoom back out and lighten everything up again. We're going to go back to Rollover Pass and show you what it looks like on the bayside. We're running back into rain again. And so let me lighten things up on the camera here a little bit. And even though the road's closed down here, you want to make sure that you drive cautiously, because you get a little sand on the road, a little dirt, and it can be slick. So please drive with caution down here. We're still getting rain bands off this, and it looks like we're going to get them for a while. Crystal Beach is getting rained on. Now it's getting closer to High Island. I haven't pulled up the radar since I left the house about 45 minutes ago. But I can tell you, we've got rain today and tomorrow, and that's, you know, the runoff is what's going to keep the water elevated along some of these roads and on the bayside. The beaches, I have to look at the tides, but we've got another high tide, I believe, later on today or this evening, and so we'll monitor it and see what's happening. As soon as the rain stops, we're going to try and get Coastal 1 up and do some flying of some of the flooded areas on the bayside. Let us know what subdivision you're in. If you're beachfront, we're going to try and cover that too, because the dunes did take a hit last night. I don't think there's any major damage other than some flooding under houses. The wind wasn't, we've had a whole lot worse wind down here, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens over the next 72 hours. Does Beta downgrade? And I haven't even looked to see if it downgraded now to a tropical depression. I'm pretty sure it's around 40 mile an hour, someone told me when I was on the phone coming up. And so if we can get down below 39 mile an hour, then it goes to a tropical depression. But like I said, what worries me is, what's it going to do? Is it moving inland? I haven't watched the news. Is it moving up the coast? Is it going to go offshore again and make a rain event and build a little bit? When we were watching Eric, he seemed to think that might happen. So, but you can see we're getting some pretty heavy rain. So I'm going to head on out we're going to head back into Crystal Beach and try and get some views from along the beachfront and some of the dunes. Like I said, they did take a hit last night. Now the bayside's flooding, and we've got some heavy rain coming down. So it's going to be a long day. We're going to keep you connected. We may come back with a bunch of short live feeds of different areas, and then we may just take off driving until the batteries run out. But we're going to bring it to you live from here on Bolivar Peninsula on the upper Texas coast. Tropical Storm Beta coverage on Bolivar Peninsula. Let us know where you're at. Let us know you're okay. We love to hear from our listeners, and we want to make sure that everyone's doing good on this. And we'll be back live from Bolivar. Till next time, this is David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. We'll see you real soon from here on Bolivar Peninsula. God bless, and bye-bye.